Kill me! I'm here! Kill me!
Hey everybody, this is Matthew Movies coming at you with my review of the 2016 Oscar-nominated movie Nocturnal Animals. Now, for those of you who don't know, this movie got a Best Supporting Actor nod for Michael Shannon, and my thoughts on this movie are kind of a little bit complicated. Overall, I really respected the hell out of this movie. It is amazingly put together. The shots are impressive. The acting is just mind-boggling. I am shocked that this movie didn't get other nominations. Like Jake Gyllenhaal seems to just be consistently robbed of these. Like I think he was absolutely snubbed because he was so impressive in this movie, and there's moments. One of the reasons why I said this movie is complicated is there are moments in this movie that I found extremely difficult to watch, and part of that is because he was so believable and he was so easy to empathize with, and his situation was so difficult to contemplate finding yourself in, and like he definitely goes to some pretty dark places in this movie, similar to like what he did in like Prisoners and Enemy and stuff like that, and it is and Nightcrawler, and it proves that this guy is just the depth of his acting talent is it's just incredible. Michael Shannon, definitely, I could see why he got nominated for the Oscar for it. He gives a very quiet performance, but it's such a nuanced and subtle performance that he definitely deserves it. Amy Adams is as solid as ever. I mean, I still think she was better in Arrival than she was in this, but I thought she was very impressive. The biggest thing that I took away from this movie by far was that Tom Ford is one hell of a director, and definitely deserves to have like an open check, basically, to make these kinds of movies, as long as he's not go nuts. Another performance that I didn't mention up until now that I thought was the charisma that Aaron Taylor Johnson showed. And for those of you that don't know that name, you probably would think of him most as being one, he was Quicksilver in Avengers: Age of Ultron, and two, he was Kick-Ass in the Kick-Ass movies. And he gives a performance in this movie as a guy who you would never ever want to meet in your entire life, but at the same time he's so charismatic that you can totally understand why there are other characters in this movie that kind of are at his beck and call, and to be able to pull off both and to be somebody that you would just be terrified to interact with is quite impressive. But at the same time, like I said, I found this movie extremely difficult to watch in scenes. Like there were moments where I kind of wanted to turn it off, and it speaks to the strength of the movie that I didn't, because I felt compelled not to, because I couldn't leave it in that moment, because I felt so jarred, and I felt so uncomfortable and freaked out and stuff like that, and not in like a horror movie kind of way, in a real personal fear kind of moment that is very it's kind of hard to explain, but I hope I'm communicating it well enough, that there are definitely moments in this movie that are the type of thing that anybody would be just absolutely horrified and terrified to experience, and they're not done in a manipulative way. They're done in these kinds of things do happen to people, and it is just so worrisome to anybody that has a family, to picture the situation that Jake Gyllenhaal's character found himself in, and it was very rough. And I'm not gonna go into there's a frame. The way the story is framed is it's interesting, because there's two stories, and I'm not gonna say how they interact with one another, how they're interspersed, but there's one that's the kind of main one, and the one that you're supposed to maybe delve into a bit more, but it's actually the one that you see less of, and I found myself much less emotionally invested in. I still thought it was very well done and very interesting, but oh man, this is a powerful film that is not for the faint at heart. If you're like me and you're an Oscar completist, you're gonna check this movie out no matter what. But prepare yourself, because it is a real roller coaster, and there's not too many high points, but let me put it this way: it's a roller coaster. It goes up and down and up and down, and not because there's moments of joy, but because the bottom moments, the bottoming out, is so severe. The moments that are even remotely um, calm, or not calm, but like even remotely emotionless, that's a high in this movie, because things get so bad in various parts. So I don't want to scare anybody off from watching this movie, because it definitely is one that I think a film lover should check out. But just be prepared. That's what I would say, because I knew nothing about it going in, as I like to do a lot of the time. And in retrospect, this might have been a movie that I would have preferred to have some idea of what I was getting myself into. So those are my thoughts on Nocturnal Animals. If you've seen the movie, comment below. But as always, please don't reveal any spoilers. I have in the past had to delete one or two comments in the section, because I don't want people having movies ruined for them. But yeah, please don't give any spoilers, but let me know what you thought. Please hit that like button. It means the world to me when people do, because it gets my videos in front of people that may not have watched them otherwise. And that's what I'm doing this for, because I want to be able to talk to people about the things that I love, and that's movies. And please hit subscribe if you're new to the channel, because like I said, I love talking to people about movies, and if you're new, I'd love you to be one of the people I could talk to. Other than that, have yourself a nice day.